Okay, wonderful. Well, happy Saturday. This is so exciting to have you all here. My name's Rachel. I know all of you, I think everyone knows at least one person here. I do want to start with just um, a demo on a chaturanga. So chaturanga means mid-plank pose. And for those of us that are newer to yoga, I'm going to ask you to take chaturanga from your knees. I know it's going to feel like you want to take it from your toes, but let's just do that from our knees today, okay? So a chaturanga is mid-plank. You'll start in high plank with your shoulders over your wrists, your heels over the mounds of your feet, pushing away. My hips are as high as my shoulders. Then I lower to my knees. I like to cross my feet. It's just like a fancy thing. You don't have to do it. Lower to mid-plank. This is mid-plank pose. Elbows are bent. They're tight into your sides. Shoulders are actually higher than your elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tops of your feet press into the earth. Hips are lifted. Chin is neutral with the earth. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips high. Send the crown of your head towards your tailbone. So that is your option for today, okay? If you know how to do a full chaturanga, you can do that as well. You can also just skip it and hang out in high plank pose. So let's start in embryo pose. Knees are together and the crown of your head is going to come to the earth, rather more so your hairline. So you're just gonna be in a little ball, bless you. Your hands can rest on your feet. And just take a few breaths here. Allow your breath to just be. To just begin to notice the length. Notice the temperature. The rate at which you're breathing. And allow just the edges of your breath to soften. Begin to slow it down. And if for just a moment, you imagine yourself a little seed. I think that many of us are feeling that edge of spring, a time when it's time to get outside, clear the debris of the flower beds of the garden, your yard. And just last week, I cleared out my own garden, just that first step, getting the leaves out. And just like clearing out the garden, we need to clear out the debris of winter and starting to plan what to plant in our minds. And while winter is a time of quiet contemplation and spring is a time to plant seeds and grow what you wish for your future. So take a moment here, set your intention at the beginning of class to decide what you are manifesting, what seeds are you planting throughout your class. Remind yourself of this and envision what your life will look like once you have grown or manifested the things you desire on and off of your mat. Breathe in and breathe out. With your next inhale, gently press yourself up to tabletop pose. Hands and knees, shoulders stack over your wrists, hips over your knees. Pull your belly button to your spine. Spread your fingers out wide. And I like to have my toes tucked here, but the tops of your feet can gently root down into the earth as well. Inhale, cow pose. Breathe, drop your belly, take your gaze up. Tilt through your tailbone. Breathe in. Breathe out, cow. Round in. Press the earth away from you. Tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat. Continue with your own breath pattern, not your neighbors or anyone else, but just begin to feel into your body, taking any organic movements. Love that, Kelly. Anything that really feels good in your body here. There's no right or wrong. Your spine moves in 6 directions. So just keep that in mind as you begin to investigate what this vessel, this body feels like today on your mat. Begin to mirror your movements and balance out from side to side. And come back to a neutral tabletop pose. Inhale, spinal balance. Breathe. Reach your right arm forward, your left leg back. Tuck your right toes to create stability in your lower body. Thumb is facing towards the sky. And an option to just do your right arm. Keep the toes tucked as well. Lori, lift up your left foot. Breathe in. Breathe out, tabletop pose. Inhale, spinal balance, second side. Breathe. Reach your left arm forward and your right leg forward. Opposite. Option to keep one foot or one arm down. Pull your belly to your spine. Reach long through the back of your foot. Breathe in. Breathe out, tabletop pose. Inhale, tuck your toes, they are not. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. I'd like everyone in class to just bend your knees very supplely towards the floor. See if this doesn't release your low back. Take your option to take your feet wider than hip width distance, even to the back 2 corners of your mat. Love that, Pauline. Love how creative everyone is being. Pull your belly to your spine, reach long through the crown of your head. Breathe in. Breathe out, walk your hands back, ragdoll pose. Breathe, feet as wide as your mat or wider. Allow your torso to spill out over your legs. An option for your hands is opposite hand to elbow. And then just invite this gentle sway as your torso hangs towards the earth. Your low back, your lumbar spine, your thoracic and cervical all decompresses. Release some of the tension that you hold in your spine. Breathe out. Release your hands to the earth. Toe heel your feet towards one another. Hip width distance, or big toes can touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Breathe, press into something, your shins or your thighs. Draw your belly button into your spine. Pin your shoulder blades together on your back. Lift up. Inhale. Nice, Mike, I see you. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, breathe. Shoulders stack over your hips. Hips over knees, over ankles, ground down through the 4 corners of your feet. And as you reach up towards the sky, release your shoulders from your ears. Yeah, it's our favorite accessory. Saw that, man. Breathe in. Breathe out, standing half moon to your right, and breathe. Capture or steeple mudra through your arms. Lift up and out through your hips. Exhale. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, standing half moon to your left. Breathe, reach long and up. Option to take your gaze to your right elbow. Nice, Pauline. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We'll flow that just a couple more times. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, standing half moon to your right. Inhale through center. Exhale to your left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, root down, rise up. Exhale, standing half moon to your right. Inhale through center. Exhale to your left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands to high plank pose. Option to take high plank from your knees. Shoulders over your wrists. Heels over the mounds of your feet. Yes, you got it, Lori. Hinge your booty forward. Those of you in a high plank pose, lift up your booty. Yes, very good, Jim. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly lower knees, chest, chin. Very nice, lobes. Inhale, low cobra. Breathe. Tops of your feet press into the earth. Draw your ankles together unless this feels icky on the low back. And then keep your feet wide. Little to no pressure in your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out, forehead to mat. Inhale, high plank pose or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward, high plank pose. Shift, yes. Exhale, slowly lower knees, chest, chin. This time, reach your hands back behind you. Palms will face the earth, palms down. Exhale, inhale, locust pose. Breathe, lift your chest and your chin, or rather your quads from the earth. Tuck your chin to your chest. Lift your hands higher than your booty. Yes, nice, yogis. Inhale. Exhale, release forehead to the earth. Plant your hands beneath your shoulders. Inhale, high plank pose or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward, high plank pose. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, your version of back bend, either low cobra, or maybe you begin to straighten through your arms to full cobra. Yes, your choice here, yogis. Breathe in. Breathe out, release to your mat. Plant your hands, tuck your toes. Inhale, high plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk your feet to your hands. Take as many steps as you need. Forward fold, hip width distance. Inhale, chair pose. Breathe. Sink down into your hips. Option to take a block and place it between your knees to isometrically squeeze. Pull your belly to your spine. Biceps by your ears or hands through heart center. Inhale. Exhale, airplane arms. Breathe. Reach your hands back behind you. Externally rotate through your hands. Take your thumbs and take them towards the sky. Rotate outwards. Other way, Jim. Yeah, there you go. Exhale. Inhale, single leg mountain. Breathe. Lift your left leg off of the earth. Option here to kickstand your heel off of the earth. Flex through your lifted foot. Yeah, look at all of you balancing on one leg. Lift your knee up in line with your hip. Breathe in. Breathe out, standing figure 4. Breathe. Cross your left ankle over the top of your right leg. Sink down into your right leg as if you're in a single leg chair pose. Flex through your lifted foot. Breathe in and out. Exhale. Inhale, single leg mountain. Exhale, low lunge. Hands plant to the earth. And then step back. You will have blocks. You all do nearby, so they will come in handy. Front knee over your front ankle. Back heel is over the mound of your foot. Exhale. Inhale, crescent lunge. Breathe. Option for crescent moon here. With your back knee down. Now this is also a balance posture on 2 feet. Pull your right hip back in space. Hinge your left hip forward. Breathe in. Breathe out, warrior 2. And breathe. Sink into your front leg. Draw your belly button towards downtown. Take your gaze over your front middle finger. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. And breathe. Hinge forward. Allow your right arm to connect to your right leg and then rotate open in space. Use this leverage to stack your left lung on top of your right. Exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Breathe. Reach up and back with your right arm. Sink into your right leg, bend through, yep. Breathe in. Breathe out, low lunge, windmill down. Inhale, high plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. This is always an option. Beautiful option from your knees. Breathe in, upward facing dog, or maybe just one of the back bends we already did. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk your hands to meet your feet, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, breathe. Sink down into your hips. Yes, Kelly, way to get low. Pull your belly to your spine. Sometimes for me, this is a slight tilt of the pelvis underneath the torso. Breathe in. Breathe out, airplane arms. And breathe. Hinge your belly button forward. External rotation through your hands. Think of turning them out towards the 2 side walls. Yeah, other way, Lori. You got it, girl. Beautiful. Exhale. Inhale, single leg mountain. Breathe. Lift your right leg. Always that option to kickstand. Ground down into the instep of your left foot. Breathe in. Breathe out, standing figure 4. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Bend into your left leg. Think of if you were still in chair pose. Yes, nice back row. Exhale. Inhale, single leg mountain. Exhale, low lunge. Hands will plant. Very nice, Anne. Great. I know it seems scary to take that big step back, but you guys have got it. I promise. Exhale. Inhale, crescent lunge. Breathe. Option to keep your back knee down. We'll just call that crescent moon. Back heel over the mound of your back foot. Isometrically squeeze your legs together to create that stability in your lower half. Breathe in. Breathe out, warrior 2. Shift open. You might need to readjust, but nobody says that your feet have to stay in one place. You're not a tree. Ground down into your big toe mound of your front foot. Breathe out. Breathe in. Exhale, extended side angle. Hinge forward. Use the leverage in your left arm to rotate open in space. For more of a challenge, you might look up. For less, look down. Also grounds you. Exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Breathe. Stay low and engage in your front leg. Lift up and out through your left side body. Yes, turn your chest down so that you get that beautiful side bend stretch, less of a back bend. Breathe in. Breathe out, low lunge, windmill down. Inhale, high plank pose. And exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Your version, remember to take it from your knees. If anyone has not, that's your to-do, the only one I give you. Next round. So we'll do this one-time breath to movement, and then we'll add on a little bit here. Gently hinge yourself back to downward facing dog. Just take a moment here as you practice to plant seeds that represent aspects of your life that will grow throughout your year. And as you move pose to pose, plant seeds with your palms here in downward facing dog or table, and with your feet and toes in your standing postures. Continue to let them grow. Breathe in, breathe out. Downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands to your feet. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, single leg mountain, left leg lifts. Exhale, standing figure four. Cross your ankle, sink down into your hips. Inhale, single leg mountain. Use your whole inhale to get there. Exhale, low lunge. Hands to your blocks. Let's all move those blocks onto our mats. Might come in handy for you. Inhale, crescent lunge or crescent move. Your option to keep your back knee down. Breathe in. Breathe out, warrior two. Open up, sink into your front leg. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Hinge forward, yes, open up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Rotate open in space, yes. Exhale, low lunge, take it all the way down. Inhale, high plank pose, step back. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, your option. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands to your feet. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, single leg mountain, right leg lifts. Exhale, standing figure four. Yes, you're doing so good. Inhale, single leg mountain. Exhale, low lunge. Ooh, look, you guys have, there's blocks there. Hands to them. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Stay here. Warrior, inhale, readjust your feet. And exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high plank pose. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or any back bend that you choose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, change here. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, prayer twist to your right. Breathe. Left elbow to the outside or inside of your knee. Take a moment to gaze down at your knees. Pull your left knee back in space if needed. Great. Now with each inhale, find a little bit of length. And with each exhale, find just a deeper twist, just that little extra rinse out. You can do this also with your gaze by gazing up towards your right elbow. Breathe in, breathe out, forward fold, release. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, prayer twist to your left. Breathe. Right elbow to your knee. Pull your left hip back in space. Yes, nice, Anne, I saw that. Drop your booty lower than your chest. Awesome, Jim. Breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold. Widen your feet to the edges of your mat. Prepare for gorilla pose. Walk your feet, or rather your hands underneath your feet. Yes. You can also just keep your hands right on the earth. I love that option for the blocks. Tuck your chin to your chest. You maybe even here, give yourself a little toe or hand massage with your toes. Massage your toes with your hands. Gently release anything that you're still holding on to. Breathe in, release your hands from your feet. Toe heel your feet in towards one another, hip width distance. Inhale, halfway lift, draw your shoulder blades together. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, standing half moon to your right. Lengthen out. Inhale through center. Exhale to your left. How does this maybe feel different than the beginning? Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, gently make your way to your seat. So the peak posture that we have been working towards, it's not a typical peak posture, but I have been in love with it for a while, and it is called Janu Sirsasana. And you're going to take your right foot into your left thigh. Yes, we're gonna kind of move around to make sure that there's any of our good stuff is moved out from underneath us. Right foot presses into your thigh. Flex your left foot rather towards your face. Dial your shoulders towards your toes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fold forward over your straight leg. This might not feel like a typical peak posture that one would take. just as important than those postures that we think yoga is. Our yoga is such a more inward journey, just like that seed that gets planted in the garden or in the forest. Exhale. Inhale, just gently take a halfway lift. Press your fingertips into the earth. And exhale, fold a little deeper. Your mind might wander to an enormous garden or an empty field that is longing to be sown and harvested. And just take for a moment and imagine you are a vessel filled with seeds, and every time you touch the ground, a new pod is planted. Plant seeds of love for your family, seeds in honor of wishes of health for people that you know who might be going through hardships. Plant seeds that represent your passions and goals in both business and monetary prospects. With your inhale, gently draw your shoulders up over your hips. And this is really what I love about Vinyasa. Take your left hand, or rather your right hand, back behind you. Press into your right knee, lift your hips. Give yourself a baby back bend. Yes. Feels so good. Breathe in. Breathe out slowly, lower to your mat. Prepare for Vinyasa, second side. Left foot into your right thigh. Flex your foot. Shoulders gaze towards your feet. Your flexed foot. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fold forward. And try to remember that there's no forcing or trying to contort our body into making our arms longer. Just release them down wherever they might touch. And as you plant, just imagine that the seeds you plant today here in yoga class will grow into a lush rainforest or a beautiful vegetable garden, bearing fruits that you will share with everyone in your life. Breathe in, find your halfway lift. And exhale, fold just a bit deeper. Oh yeah, we're gonna hold it again on this side. With as little effort as possible, draw your shoulders up over your hips. Extend both legs out long. And since I don't believe in core work in yoga, most of the time this is your the only thing you're getting for core. Reach your arms down. But if you don't want to do it, like I hate doing core too, and then just go all the way down. Yes, take it slow or as long, as short as you'd like. Look at all of you overachievers over here. Okay, you can release down. Prepare for bridge pose. Walk your heels in towards your glutes. Hip width distance. Shimmy your shoulder blades underneath your chest to lift your heart. Exhale. Inhale, bridge pose. Breathe. Engage your glutes. Send your hip flexors towards the sky and isometrically press your heels, or rather your knees together. Yes, just imagine you're squeezing a block. Take your gaze back behind you. Create a little space between your chin and your chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly release. Upper back. Mid back. Low back. Supine figure 4. Right ankle over your left thigh. And also give some of you more experienced yogis supine double pigeon, if you guys know that as whale's tail. Also, some people know that as whale's tail. And for everyone in supine figure 4, can capture the back of your left thigh, draw your knee into your chest, create a little compression here, but shoulder blades come back down to the earth. And if this is enough sensation for you as well, without your hands on your body, you can just gently push your right knee away from your face. Yeah, this is your outer hip stretch. And I love talking about the hips being the closets of your house that you put all your crap that you don't want people to see. You don't want people to know when you host. You're like, my house is spotless all the time. So that's who your hips are. That's where we put all of our stuff. We don't want people to know about or see. And this compression helps break that out. Just like as we clean that debris out of the garden. Something we have to do again and again because the wind keeps putting more stuff there. The weeds keep growing. Release your hands from your leg. And then just allow your right foot to fall towards downtown. You can also keep your supine double pigeon and go into twisted root, which is eagle legs. A gentle supine twist is also available. Just allow your right hip to stack on top of your left, and your shoulder blades will connect to the earth. Just be mindful of how deep you move into your twist. Take your gaze over your right shoulder. And some of the pods that you plant in your garden will grow early in spring. Some will be transformed by the coming summer heat. And as a realist, we all know some of the seeds will never take root. I had more than enough of seeds I planted that didn't germinate. Maybe it's because they're planted in sandy or shaded ground, or we didn't water them enough. They didn't get enough sun. And that's okay. We try again, we plant more seeds, we do better the next time. Breathe out. With your inhale, make your way back to center. Prepare for supine figure 4 on your second side. Supine double pigeon. If you took that, left ankle crosses over your right knee. I'm just working to find the same sensations here. We all have two sides of our body, and each one, those 2 feet, they've walked different paths. You know, they have been by each other's side your whole life. They hold different experiences of the same events, you know. Release your shoulder blades down to the earth. This might mean that you release your grasp. Breathe in. Breathe out, supine twist. Release your hands, let your legs fall to the right. And if you haven't done so already, just close your eyes. There's very little left to do. There's nothing left to see. Taking a moment to come back to that garden or forest that you plant. Well, that represents you. The body you live inside, the life you live, and how you want the good in you to touch as many people as possible. Springtime is the time to reawaken the body from a sleepy and often sluggish winter. And this one watched 100% more Netflix than I ever have in my life. It's time of renewal, cleansing, and balance. As we're here on our mat, what seeds do you want to plant this season? Your inhale, make your way back through center. Draw your knees into your chest. Just give them a little squeeze. Thank your body for this beautiful act of love, breath and movement. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale into your Shavasana. Allow your legs to take up space on your mat. You might put a block underneath your knees or maybe one under your head. Palms can face the sky to receive the energy that the universe is just so willingly going to plant in your hand. But for a more grounding experience, you can place your hands on your body. Truly feel your breath. Let go of your conscious thoughts and trust that I will be here to bring you back when it is time. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Part your teeth, part your lips. Take a breath in. And exhale the stale air. Bring back movement into your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms over your head for a long body stretch. And draw your hands together down to heart center. We'll close class here on our back. We stop ourselves from truly investing time in growing that which we want in our lives because we feel it is not the right time. We don't have the right resources. I'm here to tell you that the time is now. You don't need anything special, you just have to do it. So I leave you today with a quote from Jennifer Williamson, and she says, "You plant seeds every day in the world and in others. With every thought you think, every word you speak, and every action you take. You have influence, you're making a difference in the universe. And you matter in a very special way." We draw our thumbs up to third eye center, the space between our eyebrows, the seat of our intuition. The teacher, the student, the light and love within me sees and honors the teacher, the student, the light and love within each of you. It's been an honor to serve and guide you in your practice. Namaste. Happy Saturday, everybody. So lovely to have all of you in class today and on Zoom today. It is going to be a beautiful day. I do have the calendar. Oh my God, it still says March. I know. I have the calendar on our Instagram, and I believe it got shared onto our Facebook. So for yoga classes this month, every Saturday from just the rest of the Saturdays in April, they will be 60-minute classes. And then on Thursdays, we have restorative and gentle, which alternates. And then on Tuesdays, Katie has her flow, which is a 45-minute class. So love to see you guys. We will be here. Happy spring. Yes, please take your time getting up.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you so much. Oh yes, and all of them are obviously on Zoom except for the 16th, April 16th, whatever Saturday that is, because I will be in teacher training.
Okay.
Love you guys. Oh my God, so glad to see you.
Thanks, Rach. Enjoy your day.
You too. I'm gonna stop.